going on, everybody? You listen to another episode of Loud About Nothing. It's me, your boy, the fucking hottest dude in the podcast game, Sebastian Conelli. And as always, are you ready, baby?
I'm ready.
And as always, we got the cute boy here himself, Robbie boy. Robbie, say hello to the beautiful people.
What's up, beautiful people?
That's good. Wipe the crusties, right? Wipe the sleeve. Get all. Look,
I'm good. We're good. I'm looking great.
He's so personable, and then as soon as the mic's on, he becomes a coy little baby. His arms fold in.
No.
The posture. I'm gonna send you to posture class. All right, stop fucking around.
I would love to go to posture.
You would?
Yeah.
I'll pay for it.
Amazing.
I'll pay for you to go to posture class. It can't be expensive. All right, we got to get the guests on. Okay,
right.
Stop. Today we have an amazing fucking stand-up and a podcaster on the mic. She is literally has a show May 26th.
26th. Union Hall. Luke Ass Spectacular. The Thursday before Memorial Day weekend, I believe.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yes. 10 p.m.
10 p.m.
I can't even do it with it
Park
in front of me.
Slope.
With it in front of me. I can't
May
do it.
26th, Luke Ass Spectacular.
May 26th, Union Hall, Luke Ass Spectacular. Please give it up for Kate Sisk.
Hey, guys, thank you for having me.
Oh, God, now I can put the phone away and be myself. Jesus Christ.
You literally just threw it on the ground. I love it.
Yeah, because I get the intros are hard for me.
Yeah.
He's bad with the scripted.
I'm bad.
Anything scripted.
literally 3 words will throw me. It's not good. Okay, before, we just need to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
You look like me and Robbie's child. You look like Robbie and I combined.
I do. I 100% do.
You are a combination of the 2 boys in the room, and that's amazing.
Between the curls and the blue eyes, it's really there. I really see it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Wow, we're
Just
all
looking
just
longingly into my long lost father's eyes.
This is what we do. We get people on mic and we say, "Look at me, look at me."
No, this is. I would say, no one. That's never happened before.
No one's ever looked at us like that.
Has resembled the 2 of us. Yeah.
No.
It's a tough bridge. There's not a bridge that like we have a lot of things in common, I would say, but appearance wise.
Yeah.
When he said we have a lot of things in common, he went like this. He pursed his lips together to see if I would agree quickly. He went like this. We have a lot of things in common. Do you agree? He literally wanted to know if I agreed.
God.
And I didn't say anything, so he quickly goes, so. So he quickly started to move.
It really is funny. I feel like I look more like a combination of you two than I do of my own parents.
It's kind of wild. It's actually a beautiful thing.
It's beautiful.
We might need a family photo to put in my apartment.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't really think I look like my siblings, but I don't really think I look like my parents.
You don't?
No,
I guess not.
no.
Not really. You don't look like your parents either.
I don't. Sometimes, like, growing up, adults would say, oh, you look so much like your mom, you look so much like your dad. But I don't really see it. However, I saw an old camp photo of my grandfather when he loved summer camp. I never really went to summer camp.
Your grandfather?
Yeah. He went to, like, one of those old-fashioned summer camps where they just kind of, like, let the kids do whatever. There's like 300
What year
kids.
Is this?
This was the
30s?
Little later, probably.
Yeah.
He went to summer camp in the 40s?
Actually, no, you're probably right. It probably was the 30s.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's my grandfather who's still with us. He's 80-something, and my other grandfather was always 10 years older. So yeah, he must have been.
That's the 30s.
Did he fight in
camp
World War II?
So he lied about his age to enlist in World War II like the day before it ended.
The day before?
So we didn't know that he was like technically enlisted in World War II until he died. But he went to.
So he never went to war. He just wanted the credits.
He went to Korea, but didn't see battle or whatever.
Oh, he got there whenever was packing up. And he's like, "Where's the party at?"
I think he might have just had a cushy assignment or something.
Cool.
I don't really know what that. I don't really know much about that war except that he was.
You don't know a lot about World War II?
No, the Korean War. The Korean War.
Oh, the Korean War.
It seems like mostly a bullshit war.
I don't know much about it.
I do know a lot about it because during COVID,
okay.
I would take college classes online as I paced in front of a computer.
And that's what you chose?
So I did
Of all the
watch.
things you could learn?
I watched about 3 hours on the Korean War.
Oh,
so
nice.
I know a little bit about it, but I'm not gonna speak on it because go to more knowledgeable sources if you want to learn about the Korean War. You're not gonna hear me, and you know I'm gonna get shit wrong. I'm gonna sound racist by accident. You know, I don't need to speak about. You know, I'm just happy if they're happy.
Yeah.
Can I say that about the Korean War? I'm just happy that you're happy. Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough. So anyway, I found an old camp photo from I guess
Okay.
the 30s of my grandfather, and it looked like exactly like me. And I was like, whoa, that's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look like my mom.
Yeah.
And my mom would always say, "I'm sorry you look like me."
Oh
What a way to call someone ugly.
well.
What a way to call someone ugly. It's like if I'm gonna call you out, we're all going down with this ship, okay? What a way to call someone ugly.
What a way.
Yeah, but that's my classic mom. My mom loves to do that. Where are you from?
I'm from Massachusetts.
Boston, I knew that. What do you think about Dunkin? Who's winning the war, New York or Boston? Because I'll tell you this, it's been neck and neck for a while.
Wait, what's the war?
What I mean, I feel
What's
like
the
New
Dunkin'
York.
war?
I feel like Boston thinks they used to have Dunkin', but now New York State has taken over the Dunkin' legacy.
You think so?
You wouldn't agree?
I think they're probably more here in this state, but it's
I think
a
so.
much bigger state.
Yeah.
It is a much bigger
But I think
state.
if you're talking about the city, I feel like people in the city have a higher opinion of Starbucks than they do of Dunkin'.
in New York City.
In New York. But then if you go to the state of Massachusetts, people like barely even consider Starbucks.
There's
more pride for Dunkin' was founded right in Boston.
You know, I don't even know.
Or in
I
Massachusetts.
don't
You
know
don't even
where
know?
I don't even know where the like thing came from. All I know is that it was there growing up. It was like that's what was there. And then the Starbucks started to trickle in.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, in New York, there's been two types of girl I've dated: a Dunkin' girl and a Starbucks girl.
Starbies.
A Starbucks girl takes hours on her makeup.
You've dated Dunkin' girls?
I've gone
I
out
feel
with
like
a
you've
Dunkin' girl.
dated Starbucks and then more artisanal coffee shops.
I've dated
yeah.
an artisanal coffee shop
Yep,
too.
yep.
I want to be dating Dunkin' girls.
Yeah, Dunkin' people in
Tap,
general,
tap, tap.
I would say, are a dying breed.
Oh, the Dunkin' girls are a dying breed. I need to find me a Dunkin' girl.
And
before-
Dunkin' dudes.
I'm a Dunkin' dude through
You're a
and through.
Dunkin' dude. Yeah, there's not as many Dunkin' people.
For Easter, I got a
I guess
Dunkin'
if you're a
gift card.
college student.
Oh, nice.
Well, unless you're a college student.
Yeah, college students, I would
Nah,
say.
bro. Even Starbucks, bro. There was a Starbucks by my high school, and it was such a thing to go sit there in the chairs. I go, what the fuck are
I
we
think
doing?
when we were,
fuck are we
we
doing?
Yeah, yeah.
were like teenagers, that's when Starbucks really became like a prestige. Like it was like a social status.
Yeah.
Like if you had a Starbucks cup.
There was for a time I worked in Park Slope at a couple different preschools, and then I also had a tutoring gig there. So between
Preschools?
sessions, yeah, I taught Spanish at a group of preschools. So I'd go in, do like my little mini lesson, have a little time off, go into a different location, do a little mini lesson, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure.
And so I had lots of free time, and I always sat in the Starbucks instead of the Dunkin' because they had Wi-Fi and I need to get work done.
Amazing.
But there was a certain time of day where the kids at the school next to the Starbucks head off. And we're talking elementary school.
Yeah.
These children are
wow.
children.
Yeah.
And they would come in with their little money and
What do you mean, little money?
like their parents gave they had miniature dollars, tiny little coins.
Dollars for the hands of a child. Okay, cool.
I guess some of them did have their parents' credit card, but I think most of them were
Wow.
like,
Oh,
Incredible.
here's the like $5 I've been given as like my day I can spend on anything. And they would
Yes.
come into the into the Starbucks
Okay.
and just take it over. Like there was just so many children in like one star. It was a sight to behold, truly.
Starbucks might be the new McDonald's like playground, whatever.
Oh, wow.
Starbucks.
The ball pit.
Starbucks is the ball pit, right? They're just throwing around cake pops in the air, you know?
That's what
it.
they would always get.
Of
Yes,
course they would.
Of course they would.
I
It's the least bang for your little tiny money.
Yeah,
you're looking for
definitely.
back. Yeah, it definitely is.
What is it, $5?
I don't know,
How much is
but
a cake
it's
pop?
barely any
$2.
food.
Oh,
It's
$2.
like one
$2.
bite.
I know,
Yeah.
but have you
My-
tasted how moist it is?
No, I haven't.
No.
You haven't?
My rule of thumb is when I look at the food and I look at the amount of dollars that it costs, if I would be more satisfied by eating the dollars, I won't buy it.
That's a good rule.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a good rule.
That's
Yeah.
the rule I live by.
Amazing.
I never eat the dollars, to be clear.
You always
It's
just get something new.
I just get something else. It's just a mental practice.
Are you eating money? This is. We've been asked to ask you this. Are you been eating change?
I have not been eating change.
That's good. That's good. I drove by. I was in Staten Island the other day. That's where I grew up, and I drove by where my high school was, and I saw that we used to go hang out at the Wendy's too. So like the scumbag, the hot girls would go, and like the track
Starbucks.
dudes would go to the Starbies.
The track
Okay.
dudes.
The track dudes.
Before
Was
track
that the
practice?
top social tier at your school?
I mean, it depends what you say. You know what I mean? They just had a certain.
Sebastian was his own social tier.
I was
and
my
that
own
was the top.
social tier. What are we talking
him.
about? They were a pyramid. I was a fucking star in the nights. You know? They tried
showed
to
me his-
align with me, and I wasn't even on their world.
He showed me his high school. He's like, yeah, I used to pull up. Beer cans would fall out of my car. It was sick, bro.
I used to throw beer cans out of my car. We find a shopping cart. I say, yo, get in this. And I push the kid into the wall and then walk into school. And I go, Dos Vidanya, let's learn some Russian, motherfucker. I mean, what are we talking
man.
social status? So the track kids and the hot girls would go to the Starbucks. And I would go to the Wendy's.
Yeah.
Because I was on the football team, so I got a 10% discount.
Oh, wow.
10%, which meant no tax. So everything on the dollar menu was $1,
Fun.
which was fun.
Oh, that is
Nice.
I drove by. I'm like, oh, look, I'm excited to see my old Wendy's, you know? It's a city MD.
Wow.
It's a city fucking MD. This
Yeah.
is the way our country's going. We can't even
Well,
eat
sad.
shitty food nonstop. They're starting to care about health. This is the way our country's going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
I don't
wait.
even know if they care about it.
Yeah, they don't
It's just
care.
a way for profit on unhealth.
100%.
I do have to say, City MD does not care about health.
Yeah.
Yes. No, city MD kind of sucks. Yes.
I chopped off the tip of my fingers Thanksgiving weekend.
What do you mean fingers?
Okay. I don't really know what
Can
was
I
happening.
see your hands?
Yeah, you can barely see the scar here. It's been
something.
a while since Thanksgiving.
On the
so
middle
it's
one,
healed.
too.
I know.
Yeah.
Bummer.
Bummer.
Especially being a lesbian. It was really killer. And it was my dominant hand. I don't know how it happened.
Of course.
I was cutting a pumpkin with a knife, which in retrospect was stupid. And somehow it rolled in such a way that I sliced the fingers of the hand that was holding the knife.
What?
Oh, wow.
I don't really know.
That's a magic trick.
Yes. It was.
How does one hold the knife and cut their fingers at
I
the same time?
truly wish I had video of it to play it back so that I could just understand what had happened. But I sliced off these two tips and I was like, fuck. So, it was like 5 something. It was like 5:40 maybe.
Can I ask you before you finish the story?
Yeah.
What are we doing with the pumpkin, cutting the pumpkin at 5:40
Just
on
gonna make
Thanksgiving?
pumpkin pie because it was
You're
Thanksgiving
starting
weekend.
pumpkin pie at 5:40 on Thanksgiving?
It was like it was post Thanksgiving. Here's the truth. I wanted to make pumpkin pie.
I knew there were lies in the story.
Investigative journalism by Sebastian Conelli.
You know, send me to the field.
You lie all the time. For the convenience
Give
of
it
the
to me
story.
straight.
Okay, to be honest, and this is gonna be hard for me to say. I wanted to bring pumpkin pie. I got a pie pumpkin, which I guess is different from a regular pumpkin.
A pie
So I
pumpkin?
got a special pie pumpkin.
Where'd you go? Whole Foods?
Yeah, something like that. Something fits.
Yeah.
It is like smaller and denser. Who knows? So I get the pie pumpkin, and I really wanted to bring pumpkin pie to my in-laws' house for Thanksgiving, and I just couldn't get my shit together, so it didn't happen.
Of course.
I even bring the pumpkin to Pennsylvania with the intention of maybe making pie once I'm there.
So you're making pie at their house.
It still didn't happen. I missed the whole weekend.
Oh my God.
So I am in the sad position of it being like the Sunday of Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I guess I'm just going to make this pie after all of the celebrations have ceased just for myself.
Amazing.
Because my partner doesn't even like pumpkin pie. So
Oh my
I'm
God.
going into this fully intending to make and eat a pie by myself.
Sure.
So somehow Houdini, I cut my fingers with on the knife hand, and I go to the City MD. Right, it's 5:40, so we probably get there by like 5:50 because it's close by.
Good.
The thing
Thank you for
says
the
it
accuracy.
closes at 6. They don't let me in.
What?
They do not let me into the city, MD.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Wild.
I'm like knocking on the window, and there's a woman like fully ignoring me at the desk.
Yeah.
And so
Showing
then
that
I
you
buzz
have
the
no
thing, and
fingers.
she's like, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "Yes, you can." I thought that was this whole thing, was that you help me.
Yeah.
I was like, I slice off my fingertips, and she's like, yeah, we're closed. I was just like, fuck, this is outrageous.
Like they're owning an antique store.
Yeah.
Like it's just like willy-nilly. Not a lot of customers.
you know,
Let's shut it down.
Gone fishing.
Yeah.
So I went to another urgent care, and they said, oh, we don't do fingers.
Wow, not that
They don't do
urgent.
fingers?
They don't do fingers.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
No.
No.
I guess they were like, yeah, our doctor does do stitches, but he doesn't do fingers. I guess it's like a liability or something. I
That's
have
a doctor.
no idea.
This is a doctor.
I have no idea.
You didn't see the doctor. He had
I
no
didn't see
hands.
him.
What does he do stitches?
He uses his mouth. And he's amazing at it. He's amazing with his mouth.
He's like a guy on a plane crash doing his own stitches on his
Yes.
one arm with his mouth. Yeah. So then they're like, you got to go to the emergency room. So I'm like,
Jesus.
okay. So I go to the emergency room during the peak of Omicron.
Oh,
And
my
they just were
God.
like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Yeah.
I was like, well, one urgent care turned me away. The other one said to come here. I'm here. And they were like, just put a Band-Aid on it. Go home.
Wow. So you got no stitches?
No.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a journey.
Yeah.
It looks like it healed great.
It did. It healed great. There's still like a lack of feeling on the tip, but ultimately,
Is that good or bad?
I would love the sensation to be that.
You
No,
love
I
so
don't.
yeah. Amazing. Here, I got a question.
Yes.
You played soccer professionally?
Yes. Yeah. I played for the Puerto Rico national team after college.
How? How does one get to do this? I'm
question.
asking for a friend.
I would imagine
Yeah,
a
yeah.
tryout.
Yeah, well, you tried out.
Yeah.
assume.
So my grandfather is from Puerto Rico.
This is the one, the camp level.
No, he's the younger one who's still with us.
Okay,
to my great joy, we're very, very close, which is really nice.
Of course, I wasn't gonna shit him. I wasn't gonna shit him.
Don't you fucking say a thing about him.
Yeah, please, throughout the episode, let me know who you're close with and who you're not. Who I can shit on throughout the episode, okay? You're close to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't keep his name out of your mouth.
Of course. I love him. Don't slap me.
Good. So we're very close, and he's the. I didn't learn Spanish at home. I learned Spanish in school, but he was like the reason why I sought that out.
Does anyone else in your family speak Spanish?
So his siblings speak Spanish, my great aunts, and then my late grandmother was not a native speaker. So my grandfather moved from Puerto Rico to Harlem, and my grandmother grew up in Greenpoint, and somehow they met in Manhattan, I guess.
That's cute.
And
She
got
took a stroll
together
in the park or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they they dated for a while. They got married, and eventually she kind of picked up Spanish.
Nice.
And they did not. It was kind of like assimilation era, so they did not teach my mom and her siblings Spanish at home.
Yeah,
so they
that's
also learned in
fucked.
school. Yeah,
It was like
Yeah.
like let's hide our culture.
yeah. It was an interesting, because I know in New York they spoke Spanish at home, so that it was like
Yeah.
the move to like Maryland and then Massachusetts. It was like, oh yeah,
I mean,
it wasn't a priority. It was interesting.
Boston's a bad place.
Yeah.
It's a bad place. I have to say. It sounds like Boston, Massachusetts ripped your culture from your family.
And just replaced it with Red Sox.
Yes, just replace it. It goes, Tom Brady's your culture now, right? This is nice. I like Boston. Congratulations, right? With all the history, they go, we have history already. You leave yours at the door, right? That's good.
My dad is also from Massachusetts. He's like Irish Catholic, so got a lot of that going on.
Oh,
that
wow.
that was
So it
maintained.
fit in perfectly
Yeah.
in Boston, right? The church bells heard him coming. They dung when you guys came in as a family. Amazing.
So my mom would be around her like grandparents and her parents, and they'd be all like speaking Spanish, and she wouldn't understand. But then she learned in school and eventually like caught on, and they were like, "Oh, we lost our secret language."
Oh, of course.
Talk about things and the kids wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But so my mom put me in Spanish class kind of early, so that because it was important to her too. So
How early?
Kindergarten.
Oh yeah, because I hear that's when language sticks.
Yeah. Well, when I was at the preschool, it was amazing to see like 3-year-olds just like pick up language out of like thin air. It felt like it's so cool.
Can I say this though?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
Parents, like these. There's a collection of like usually white parents that are well off that are like, my kid only watches TV in Spanish. Go fuck yourself, okay? I don't like that at all. Like the parents don't speak Spanish, but they make the kids watch TV in Spanish.
I would not be surprised if some of the kids at the preschool were in families like that. It was like
They're well off. These people are drinking
Park
Kratom
Slope.
for fun. I don't do
You don't think
opioids. I do Kratom. It's legal. It's
You don't think
free.
it's
a
good
leaf.
that the kids will learn Spanish?
No, I think it's good. I think the parents are annoying.
The parents are annoying.
Yeah, I'm just saying these type of parents, they're no friends of
I know.
mine.
There was some like the kids that I went on to tutor for, their parents were like super down to earth, which was nice.
Cool.
But the last year that I was working there, the parents wanted like an hour by hour report of what was going on in the school.
Stop. These are 4-year-olds?
Yeah, and even younger too, because it was like a preschool daycare.
Did you say, yeah, well, Marcus will put his hand down his pants and sniff his own ass for 5 minutes in the corner?
It was like so obnoxious because language is like a lot of repetition, so it would seem like I was always doing the same thing, but I'm like, but we're building on it, we're
Yes.
like, it was exactly the type of parent that you're imagining.
Oh my God.
I know.
I can't.
I know.
I know. It's hard to separate the kids from the parents because the kids didn't do anything yet.
Yeah.
And it's like, because we play basketball
Yeah.
at this like, it's like a PS and an IS, which is what, elementary school and then a middle school?
Yeah, intermediate school.
Yeah. And
That's why I went to IS7. Where we at? Shout
Down
out one
in
time,
Tribeca.
IS7 Bernstein Junior High. Okay,
Yeah.
where we at?
there's like this nice ass court in Tribeca that's like the kids don't really play on the court, but there's a jungle gym like in it that you have to go through. So the kids will like spill over. So we were talking about, we're gonna start like blowing it up, have more people come to play basketball. And my friends are like, I feel bad because the kids are all around. I'm like, you can't feel bad.
Yeah.
Like these are the richest parents.
Yeah.
Like those parents that are sitting there, they're like riding around on these little wooden bicycles. My friends are like, I've never seen those before. I'm like, yeah, that's because we had Mattel, not a $2,000 bicycle the size of. So it's hard because I'm like anti all of them, but the kids.
All of who?
I'm just like, we could play basketball on this court.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? We don't have to move our life around for literally probably one of the richest zip codes on the planet.
Which is Gramercy Park.
But Tribeca.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I do a little bit. You gotta feel bad for the kid. Like when you said fuck the kids, fuck the parents. Like, I don't know.
You feel bad when someone else is shitting on
Yeah, I feel bad when someone else is shitting on it. But I did it yesterday.
But
Literally
when you
yesterday.
do it, you feel justified.
Because I was like, I want to bring a speaker. Maybe I should make a playlist of like all radio edited songs that we could play basketball to. And then I was like, why even do that?
No, yeah, but he loves the radio edits. See, that's why he's not telling you.
Yeah, I don't mind radio edited
He likes,
songs.
yeah, he'll sing along and he'll go, that, thought,
What a funny quirk.
Well, yeah.
Then
I
he
mean,
likes-
I just wasn't allowed to listen to.
Yeah.
So a lot of songs I didn't even know they were
Right,
just
you
like
didn't-
big.
yeah.
They'll just say it like "fuck" like
Yeah.
in the chorus, like in the background. It'll just be part of the beat, and I'm just
Right.
like, I didn't even know that this was a thing.
Yeah.
Like Back Then by Mike Jones. I never knew it was Back Then hoes didn't want me. It's back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they're all on me. Like that's what I always.
Yeah.
But the song is hoes.
And you look like an idiot.
Yeah, I still Into Club. I didn't know that. Like
You
I know
look-
the clean version of Into Club. I don't know
and
the
sometimes
explicit.
we'll be at his house and we'll be drinking, smoking the reefer.
Yeah.
It is what it is, kings and queens. This kid's a fucking stoner and a half, right? Literally, he
Recently.
can't even leave his joints out of the room. We're
This
trying to
is
do
good.
a professional.
I tried
we're
to
trying
take
to do
it
a
out
professional
yesterday.
fucking pod here, and we
I
got fucking
tried.
loose roaches around the fucking place.
I tried to take it out, and you're like, leave it.
Leave it.
Well, because that was when you and I. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll be smoking, we'll be drunk, he'll be fucking blowing up phones, and he'll be like, let me put on a song, and it'll be the clean version of Country Grammar by Nelly. It'll be like, what's happening?
Yeah.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
So how'd you get on this soccer team?
Oh
Yeah.
yes, right. That's where we are.
How'd you get?
So my grandfather's from Puerto Rico.
Nice.
That must have come up at school. So at college,
Where?
I went to Amherst College in Western Mass, not far from home.
Western Mass. So that's what the people on the inn call it. They call it Mass.
Yeah, I guess so.
Right?
Yeah. Well, I would say I'm from Massachusetts, but then I would say Western Mass.
Nice. Is there Eastern Mass?
Technically. But
you
you would say where it is. Like
Yeah,
you would say
yeah.
like Boston or the suburbs or whatever.
Sure. Amherst.
There's a distinct so Amherst is where I went.
Uh-huh.
And there was a kid there playing for the men's Puerto Rico team. And when he found out that I was Puerto Rican and I was playing soccer, so he knew me that way.
What position? Sweeper?
Center.
Bumper?
Bumper!
Do you know soccer?
Shuffle?
Sweeper is a position.
Sweeper is?
Yeah.
Sweeper it's fallen out of favor, but it is.
Oh, interesting.
But bumper, I've never.
You never heard of bumper? That's what I played when I was in soccer. I was the
They
bumper.
called you the bumper?
I stood there.
That might have been a
people bumped
nickname
off
more of
me.
a position.
They call me the big thumb. No one uses
I
their
love it.
hands except for me.
I love it.
So what position were you?
I was center mid in
Center mid.
yeah, in college I played center mid. And then so this guy recommended me. All of a sudden I get a call like Thanksgiving break being like, "Hey, do you want to come try out for the under 20 Puerto Rico team?" I was like, "Of course."
Amazing.
So then on winter break I went, I tried out, I made the team. We went to Cuba to play in a tournament.
Well, what's the tryouts for a professional team like? You feel like you're at the combine?
It does not, for soccer, it does not feel like the combine. At least in any, so.
Why does that word feel weird when I said it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Did I say that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing.
It's definitely right.
Yeah, it felt weird.
Yeah.
Really? I don't know. It didn't sound weird.
I'm realizing that I don't really know what it means. I know what it is, but where does that come from?
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know. A combination of skills? I don't know.
It must be an ancient
must be.
Greek kind of word. It has to be. It has to be like some sort of
Yeah,
like
from the original Olympics.
yes.
Yeah.
So what?
But
what
soccer
is
doesn't feel like that. Soccer feels like a few fitness tests maybe, but
Yeah.
mostly just like practice.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're just there kicking
You're
the ball
there
around.
training, like we're working on finishing today, or we're working on defending today, or we're working on moving the ball quickly, or
Yeah,
we're working
yeah,
on
yeah.
the formation, like just a regular practice,
Beautiful.
but multiple times a day, which makes it exhausting.
Yeah.
Double sessions, you might call it.
Oh, double sesh, they
yeah.
called it. Wow. So you're slamming electrolytes in between.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're just eating salt at that point and then chugging water after. Like Gatorade can't physically do it.
Sure, because you sweat so much during soccer.
Well, I am a sweaty person.
Okay.
And then of course when playing soccer I'm even sweatier. And
Yeah.
then going to Puerto Rico for the first time, I thought I was gonna die. I literally
Yeah.
thought I was gonna die. Because it was winter here. So it was like cold as shit in
Uh-huh.
Massachusetts. I'm training with like coats and like pants on to try
Yeah.
to like prepare myself. I could not prepare
Oh, wow.
myself for what was about to happen.
Jesus,
It
how
was
hot
serious
so hot
athlete.
and so humid that when I
Wow.
got there, I almost passed out in like the first 10 minutes.
Oh my
It was
God.
such an adjustment. I couldn't believe it. But it got used to it eventually.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
I don't do well in the heat either.
Oh boy.
Oh my God, I almost passed out in Disney World. I can imagine playing a sport.
I am convinced that place is designed to make people pass out.
I remember.
Yeah, I almost passed out in SeaWorld.
in SeaWorld.
I think I did.
You did.
I think I came to there was fans and spray bottles.
What do you mean you think you did? You know if you fucking
I had a
passed out.
heat, they said I had a heat stroke. That's
So
what
you
they
did.
told me.
You passed out.
Yeah, I guess I passed out.
Yeah.
You passed out.
I guess I don't know.
Well, you need to know. You
It
need
gets
to
fuzzy, and then I don't know if I
Stop.
fully went out or if
Admit
it was.
if you passed out or not on the pod.
I've passed out before in SeaWorld. You can
fucking
80%
annoying.
pass out. All right, I passed out
You
in
passed
SeaWorld.
out.
I
You
passed
sound
out.
like your
I passed
lawyer's
out.
advising
Yeah.
you on how to answer the questions.
I passed
Say
out in
that-
SeaWorld. I was
I don't
done.
know.
I was
I
on the
don't know
floor.
if I passed out, but
I
I was
almost
in the
fell into-
ambulance
I
on the
al-
way there.
I do
I
not
almost
recall.
fell into the tank. Yeah.
What are you covering SeaWorld's ass?
No. Yeah, they paid me off.
Yeah,
That's all.
100%.
They paid you
I
off.
settled.
You
No.
signed an NDA.
He
No,
protests the movie Blackfin. He's outside. He's like, more whale, smaller tanks. That's what he kept yelling.
I got a settlement.
More tricks, less food. This is him. He's
No.
fucking pro SeaWorld, bro.
No,
You're
no.
a scumbag through and through.
More tricks, less food.
Yeah, this is wild, dude.
No.
All right,
Oh my
so
God.
a whale punched you in the face and you passed
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Yes.
Wow, incredible. Yeah, I wouldn't do well in that heat either.
It was really something to get used to. And so then after college, I got invited back to try out for the full national team. So not the under 20 years old one, the like full national
This is
team.
amazing.
And I made it. And
Wait,
we went
you went to Cuba before the borders were open?
Yeah, we had to get
Whoa.
special dispensation from the U.S. government.
That's actually amazing. That's so fucking cool.
Yeah, it was an interesting experience. My family doesn't have this history as far as I know, but there was some of my teammates' families that were kind of separated between Cuba and Puerto Rico. People had kind of like left Cuba for Puerto Rico, and people who were kind of still there.
Yeah.
So there was some nice organizing that happened where some of those family members that lived in Cuba, we were able to kind of get stuff to them to get to people.
Oh, that's
that
amazing.
was needed. So that was kind of a nice added
like letters
perspective
and
to the
like,
trip. Yeah, and just like supplies that they wouldn't have.
Interesting.
Cuba was such an interesting place. Like
Yeah.
there was for sure poverty there, but it also seemed like there was a certain. It wasn't the worst poverty that I've seen in the world, and there was a certain amount of like providing that was, you could sense was there. Like it seemed like, nobody had a lot.
Yeah.
But like it seemed like a lot of people had at least a little bit of something, which did not line up with the image that had kind of been created in my head by U.S. media or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was certainly a lot of people struggling there, so
I
it was
hear
nice
it's like
that we
a
were able to get some
time
supplies
capsule.
through. It felt like it. The cars, especially, were just like from old times.
Because as soon as the borders closed, it was like they never got any more imports
Yeah.
from America, so all that stuff got locked in there.
Apparently, the mechanics in Cuba are some of the best in the world because they've had to be creative with that limitation. So they've kept these cars running for like, I guess, 80 years now or whatever.
There we go. Shout out Cuban mechanics.
Cuban mechanics.
We are the people on this. I mean, we're a blue collar podcast, so you shouting out fucking mechanics from Cuba is right up my alley. And let's give it one time for the garbage men in Staten Island.
Amen.
Cuban
Amen.
mechanics and then stand out like garbage.
Yeah. Well, Union 127. Okay, shout out one time. Wow. Yeah, of course. That must have been a fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was. I was really grateful to be there, and they had us staying in a hotel with the other team, so there was a lot of kind of like snide looks at each other, like, oh, because again, that was like the under 20 team, so we're all teenagers.
Sure.
So it was
Who was
there
the
was a lot
other team?
of prank calling. So Cuba was there with us.
Okay, of course. Makes sense.
Guyana was there, and I honestly forget what the other team was, but
They suck.
they
suck.
I think they did. But so yeah, then when I went back as an adult to play on the full team, we went to Trinidad and Tobago for the tournament for World Cup qualifiers. We did not make it.
Do you cry after something like that you don't make?
I think I cried at the end of that because I thought it was my kind of last chance.
Oh, yeah.
But I think I also had an idea of like where we were as a team. Like when we played against Jamaica, like I knew of course you have hope that you'll win.
Of course.
But realistically, you're thinking like, let's achieve some other like goals here. Like let's not let up any easy goals. Like let's finish our chances that we do have. Let me personally just defend this fast person the best that I can. I'm like not fast at all.
Sure.
But and by that time I was playing outside back. So I really was
outside back.
I really was defending.
Well, you don't gotta tell me about the outside back. The widest area of my body. That's a lot of defense there. The outside back. Yeah, you want the inside back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I was really sad to leave because I thought that, it would be my last chance to represent the team. And because, I was disappointed. But realistically, I kind of knew where we were at. Then I got to go back the following year, which was a huge surprise.
Yeah.
And we got to play at home, which was a huge honor. My family came to see us. We were like in front of all of our like friends and family and fans, and that was so cool. And we had progressed a lot, and so we qualified for the next step. This was Olympic qualifiers, so it was like the Caribbean Football Union. So we qualified for the finals of the Caribbean Football Union.
Okay.
And my grandmother died while I was there. And so I went home for the funeral after the tournament. I was so excited. It was like we had won, and then I kind of went home to kind of grieve that loss.
Of course.
Then like the day after the funeral, they called me and were like, "You're cut from the team." So then I really cried.
Oh, Jesus Christ! What a fucking dagger!
Yeah, a big dagger.
Wow.
Yeah, a bummer. But I was so proud of my team because they won and they got to go to CONCACAF, which is like North America and Central America and the Caribbean. And same thing. I think again, like the team faced like Mexico, Costa Rica, USA. Like you know in your heart that those are going to probably be defeats. But you just like you're playing against a world champion. So I don't think my teammates came off the field with their heads down. I think they came off with their heads held high, being like, "Oh my God, we just like we played against the world champions and we came out with like enough pride in ourselves to have something to go home with." So
that's really nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
I think for a developing team, you kind of like inherently know your limits and are pushing them. And some of my teammates are still playing to this day, and they are continuing to push those limits and make Puerto Rico a better and better program. So yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm so glad I got the chance to go.
That's such a nice experience. It's so different than the world that you stepped into, the comedy world.
Yes.
It's
so different.
So different. So how much do you think comedy people are losers? Let's cut to the core. How much do fucking comedy people suck ass, okay? Not eat ass, because that would be a fucking blessing.
Yeah.
Suck ass.
Suck ass. Suck
are you
the
gonna
poop
suck
out of
my
ass?
ass? Yeah, are you gonna suck my ass or eat my ass? I'm gonna suck it. Wow. Yeah, it's a much different, like, people very different world.
It's so different. I think feel like the main thing that's different is that the lack of a team.
I know.
Comedy feels so individual.
You know what fucking sucks? Improv should be teams. It is, and it's
on
not.
a good team, it can feel like it.
100%.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes
and
it's
sometimes it's not.
Sometimes it's not. It's like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
I feel like the stand-up world, people support each other.
I think it's a mixed bag of like people supporting each other and people being like, it's me and it's mine.
Interesting.
But even in the art itself, like I have lots of friends in stand-up that I feel really supported by, which is nice. But in the art itself, it's like once you're up there, it's like kind of just like you. Unless you see it as a collaboration between you and the audience, but that's like...
Get out of here, you fucking artist. Hey, for the audience, I made a jerk-off cum motion with my body and hand. Not my body. My body was not involved at all. I did.
Just the hand.
Just the hand, I swear.
And the farting noise was his mouth.
Yes. It wasn't my dick in my ass. It was my hand in my mouth, okay? Jesus, you gotta watch yourself on the pod. You know what I mean?
You gotta watch yourself.
Of course. Oh, wow. Yeah. And then you moved to New York. You're like, I'm gonna do comedy, or you did a Mass.
I started here. Yeah. I moved here right after the World Cup qualifiers. I moved in with my partner who was living here, but she was in Mexico all the time for work. So really, it was just she subletted this apartment with like 6 roommates, and then she would leave for Mexico, and I would just be in this apartment with people I didn't know.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I mean, she didn't know them either, but I was alone.
Sure. You were alone with these. It was I assume a big apartment or one living room?
One living room, yeah.
Oh, wow.
2 bathrooms, except one of the bathrooms was so small that it was separated into a closet for a toilet and a closet for a sink.
I mean, European. That's very European.
It was such a classy European apartment.
Oh, please. I love when I poo-poo in one room and wash my hands in another. Because that doorknob from one to another has to be the cleanest knob in the whole house. When I shit in one place and I have to open a knob and then go to a sink, that's a Lysol
when
commercial.
When I had a cold, I would lick that doorknob and I would be okay.
There you go.
Fix the whole thing.
That's how you get better. I think coronavirus started. I am no conspiracy theorist, but I say coronavirus started on a doorknob in Europe where people are dookie and twisty on the way out.
Dookie, twisty.
Maybe.
I agree. I think it's definitely an option.
It 100% is. 6. Wow. I have one roommate, and sometimes it's like, you want space.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6.
So
I can't imagine.
that was a crazy experience. So then, like, pretty much right after Then my partner, she moved to Brazil for a year.
Jesus, jet
I know,
setter.
I know.
The long distance is hard. How do you deal?
Yeah, we were long distance pretty much until the pandemic.
Phone sex a lot. Let's cut to the chase. I'm not gonna.
Here and there.
Here and there. You got it.
I feel like when people, here's the thing, is I feel like it's a thing of life. Long distance relationships happen, and people always ask for advice, and nobody ever brings that up.
Because they're idiots.
Everyone's like, oh yeah, be respectful on the phone. Don't argue over text. I will say, don't argue over text.
Sure.
But they're like, visit, send letters. It's like, you're not gonna.
You're not gonna jerk
You're
off?
not gonna. We have cameras on our phones now. You're not gonna bring that up?
Yeah, 100%.
You're not gonna mention that?
Yeah.
You're gonna pretend that's not real?
You do. I mean, if I'm with someone there away for the weekend, I'm expecting something. Not expecting, hoping, praying.
Expecting.
Not expecting, praying to the gods. Praying to St. Anthony. Please let me find this nude on my fucking inbox. To St. Anthony, help me find this nude.
The saint of lost causes?
Please, I need a nude to get through this weekend. Oh my, no, I'm kidding. But the cloud is fucking heavy.
It's gonna rain soon.
I'll tell you this, the cloud's got a couple of heavies in there. This kid goes to grab my phone the other day. There's a DP in there. I go,
Oh. You gave me your phone.
And
Don't
I
go
said,
through the
look,
pictures.
Rate it 1 to 10. 1 to 10.
Rate it 1 to 10.
No. Yeah,
Too
because you
funny.
gotta do phone. You gotta do phone sex when you're away.
Right?
I mean, everyone did during the pandemic.
Yeah. Right. Everyone took a little piece of humble pie.
Yeah.
I know. It's nice. It is nice. Everyone's parents there. I'm saying this. Everyone's parents. You can find their nudes in the future, right? And you're gonna have kids, and those kids are gonna see your ass and boobs and your dick when they grow up. They're gonna Google your name, and all of a sudden, bloop, 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 your titties and your wee wee are gonna pop up. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I think it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
And when did she move back?
So then she.
You started
she
long distance, huh?
We started dating in college, and then very quickly kind of went to long distance.
That's hard.
Yeah, it was hard.
I can't imagine.
But so I went back to so she was in Brazil. I went back to Puerto Rico for that second time, and then when I came back is when I really started comedy in earnest. It's when I got on a UCB team. It's when I was doing stand up, and
don't
so
say the name. We don't
it
say
was,
it. No,
it was when I was on an improv team.
I'm kidding. We say whatever we want.
It's when I started doing stand up, and she was in Boston she was working for a couple years, and then she did 3 years of law school. She would like come and live with me in the summer during her internships and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we like finally.
She went to Harvard?
No, she went to Boston University.
BU.
Yeah.
Of course.
And so then so then the fall before the pandemic, she was living with me because she was like working for a semester here, which was nice.
Sure.
And then she was living with my parents.
Without you?
Without me.
Wait, your partner lived with your parents without you?
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice of your partner.
It was okay.
God bless.
I feel. I don't know what I feel. I feel so many feelings for you, for them, for your parents.
It was. I think it went well. Here's the thing: is that it was supposed to be for a whole semester, right? And that would have been a pretty long time.
Yeah.
But
4 or 5 months.
Yeah, but so my partner and I, we had with her parents' help bought a place here, and she couldn't afford to be paying the mortgage and be paying rent up at school.
Of course.
So she just lived with my parents and would commute into the city.
Yeah.
And so it was, I think, going well. And then she was on spring break, came to visit me, and then it was lockdown. So she never went back. But if the timing had just been a little bit off, she would have been in lockdown with my parents.
Oh my God! Now that's a fucking movie.
Right?
That's a fucking movie. COVID. I never seen a COVID scenario I want to see in a movie, and it's someone being in lockdown with their in-laws and their partner not there.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, the kitchen conversations must have been incredible.
They didn't happen.
I meant like even during the normal time.
Yeah.
Would they eat family dinner?
They would eat family dinner together.
Shut the
nice.
fuck up. No way.
Yeah, they get along. I'm glad they get along. Like, I think she likes my parents. I like her parents. Like, we do get along, but there is something inherently strange about you're essentially moving in to like be their child.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's weird.
Hey, fuck your child. Can I be your child? Or love, excuse me, love.
Hopefully both.
Hopefully both. Amazing. Yeah, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, so she was like sleeping in my childhood bedroom and eating, dinner with my parents.
Oh my. I mean, here's the thing. You must laugh at other love stories though.
How so?
Because you're like, we could do long distance. We could live with I could be everywhere. They could be there. They could live with my parents. I'm not even there. And someone goes, yeah, they bought me flowers. You must go, yeah. Cute for you, right? You're like, their parents help us build a home together. My parents are putting her up in a place. What, to get you a gift card? Receipts for a bunch of massages? You must.
Oh, the coupons. I feel very lucky. I feel very lucky that we stuck it out. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. It was some weird years.
Of course. That's.
And then, of course, to go from long distance to lockdown together was an extreme kind of twist.
Oh, definitely.
Of course.
Like, I'm like, oh my God, I would like, when you miss someone really bad and then like right before you see them, it almost hurts how bad you miss them.
You're not gonna, I mean, I've missed someone really bad and then I've never seen them again. I should stop speaking right then and not continue my thought process. But but totally. So, when you're in the deepest love of your life, when you see The Notebook and you say, keep trying. Wow, I don't think many people know that feeling.
I feel like that was the hardest part of long distance was like, yeah, like logistically it sucked and like, the loneliness part of it sucked, but was also probably good for me because I was still a young person who needed to figure out how to like exist in the world.
Of course.
But the missing would get like physically painful. So that's like how much we were apart, and then to go where you're like so on top of each other 24/7 for months on end with no safe option to go anywhere
100%.
It's like, oh, this is the exact opposite of that. I will say I really liked it. Now I'm like,
what a quick twist. What a quick twist.
She's covering her ass.
What a quick twist.
I
You
don't
look
think
at
she
me
liked it.
when you're a scumbag,
okay.
and then you look at Robbie when you want to be nice. You go, yeah, it was a real switch up. I really enjoyed it.
I know what each of my daddies want to hear, and
thank
I'm going to give it to them.
I'm the bad daddy.
It was a hard switch, so
Yeah,
I think we really like got on each other's nerves a lot. But ultimately, I prefer it so much to being apart.
Sure.
Like, she's going away for work next week. I don't know what I'm gonna fucking do. I'm gonna be
beautiful.
checking my phone. Is what I'm gonna do.
You look at your phone a lot. Yeah. You're gonna be praying to St. Anthony. Hoping something comes through. You're gonna come home today. Hey, how's the pond? Came on. Pretty good. We learned something. I heard an interesting thing. There's something I learned over there from these. I went to this fucking big boy's apartment and I learned a couple things. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. God bless. I'm happy to help.
Thank you.
Of course.
We love St. Anthony. My grandma is a big St. Anthony advocate. She gets a lot of people that praying to St. Anthony that are not Christian, Catholic, or whatever. She's just a big advocate of St. Anthony. I'm gonna have to tell her to add this to her repertoire.
It's a compelling thing. It really is. I will say I believed in God my whole life until recently, and I would pray kind of every night, not in a formal like Hail Mary way, but just like oh, God bless my family kind of thing.
That's
and then just,
actually really nice. I don't judge that. I think that's actually sweet.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It felt it wasn't like my main thing, but it felt grounding,
Yeah.
And then I just kind of lost my faith a little bit, so I don't do that anymore. But I will say, when I was arriving here, I was like, St. Anthony, please find a parking spot.
Oh my God!
Amazing.
I found one right away.
You came to the right home. We love this. Yes. I'll tell
That's
you this.
amazing.
Yeah,
well, I
yeah,
lose
yeah.
shit all the time. So me and St. Anthony are boys, and I haven't gone to church in 10 years.
Wow.
But that's
Me
the
and St.
only
Anthony
one
are
I'm really.
boys.
When'd you
yeah.
lose faith?
When?
Yeah.
I would say within like a year ago.
Wow.
It didn't feel
really recently.
I don't feel like I wasn't like, oh, the world's so bad, how could there
Sure,
possibly
sure,
be
sure.
a God? Or like science makes more sense to me. Like there was nothing like, it wasn't a logical thought process. I was just like, oh, that kind of feeling of something being there is gone. I don't know.
Interesting.
That's
I
dark.
say this. No, I feel like when I'm alone in a room, I don't feel alone. I don't feel alone. And
Yeah.
I don't know if that's people, spirits.
Right.
I don't know if that's just molecules in the air
Yeah.
that have energy around me.
Right.
But I don't feel alone when I'm in a room.
Yeah. I think that's
So I've never jerked off.
you're getting those nudes in the cloud and not being able to do anything about it.
Somebody's in the corner. Molecules.
Always a
You're embarrassed to jerk off in front of
I
molecules?
get very embarrassed, okay?
You're like, I can't wake it in front of my sleep paralysis team.
You joke. I
Do
get
you have
sleep
it?
paralysis sometimes.
Oh my gosh.
I
used
thought
to
someone was in my fucking room the other day.
Really?
Yeah, like 2 months ago. It was bad.
That's so
It
scary.
took me a week to fucking get over it.
That's terrifying.
It's terrible to think someone was in my room and I was screaming, "Get out, get out!" and they weren't moving and they were just laughing at me. It was terrifying.
That's scary.
Yeah, do you
That's
get
very
it?
scary. I know. When I was a kid, I used to get it. I used to wake up and think that I would be trying to get out of bed, and it would feel as though I was like banging into like my bedside table, but my bedside table, of course, was only here. So like, why can't my feet get out? It felt like I was like hitting
yeah.
something, but I didn't see the thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or the red
So it's
eyes
lights.
or like
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
It was like just a physical phenomenon.
red
And then
eyes.
I grew out of
Who
it.
told you about the red eyes?
Other people, I don't know.
Interesting.
Does
that
is
real?
that do you see the red eyes? Oh my god.
I didn't like that you said that.
Yeah.
I did not like that you said that.
Other people have said the red eyes are the main thing.
Because I've said this on the pod, but at night when I was a child, I used to think I would go to the top of the steps and I would sleep and I would be stuck there. And that figure with red eyes, black, would walk up the steps and I would just slowly wait for them to get to the top and I'd go, stay awake. And I would always fall asleep right before they got to the top and then I would wake up in my bed.
Are you serious?
I don't know, bro.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, what can I say?
No, mine was nothing like that, and I outgrew it pretty early.
Really?
Yeah. That's scary.
Robbie, what about you? Are you going to admit to anything?
No, I mean, I don't.
No.
I've maybe felt like I couldn't move in a sleep situation. No,
Yeah.
nothing like that. No, not at all.
You know what I've been doing is punching my own face in my sleep.
Really?
lately.
Stop.
Yeah, I woke up myself and my partner the other night punching myself in the face.
What's happening?
Well, in that dream, I had done my taxes wrong, but
We're two extension boys over here. So we'll be punching ourselves in a couple of weeks. Amazing.
just like different things. I've just been waking up wailing myself in the face. I'm like, oh my god.
Jesus. My sister lost her faith when I was a kid. I remember crying so much about it.
Oh.
Because I was scared that she would go to hell.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're taught.
Yeah.
Literally, it's terrifying. And she lost her faith when she found out Santa Claus wasn't real. Because she said if the adults are lying my dad lied so deep about Santa Claus. And if they're lying so much about Santa Claus, how can I fucking trust anything else?
Yeah.
So Jesus was in there. He goes, at least I like Santa Claus. I don't even know if I like Jesus. You know, my sister. Santa gives me gifts and I get cookies when he comes around. Jesus, when he comes around, I need to be quiet and not look at my cell phone. In the back of a church. I have to eat dry crackers. Santa comes around, I'm dipping cookies in milk.
It's a great point. Why it's a religious lie, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not just random it's not random urban legend stuff. It's like
No.
Santa is the Christmas guy.
Yes.
It's high stakes lie. It's a high stakes lie to
It
try
is
to
a
pull off.
high-stakes lie.
It's Santa is a very high. Jesus might be out the window after that. You know?
Yeah.
Wow.
How deep in would your dad go into fake? Would he put like footprints and shit?
Not like that. No, he didn't. But he still to this day won't admit Santa's not real. And I help him put the gifts out. I help him get the gifts and put them around the tree.
And he'll say, Santa brought you this?
Yeah. He'll say Santa. My dad refuses. He goes. He believes in the magic of Christmas. He believes in the magic of family, feeling magical moments.
Okay, I like that.
He's a beautiful man.
Yeah, he is.
And my mother goes, "Shut the fuck up, Anthony! Anthony, we got an hour before the guests get here." It's my aunt and uncle. And Auntie, it's a fucking mess in here. Clean up. Carol, can we fucking enjoy one moment? Sebastian, open the gift from Santa Claus. Dad, I'm 45.
Okay,
yeah.
So big. Here's a question: big ticket items on Christmas. Those were from Santa.
Oh yes, that's what it is.
Interesting, because my parents did it. I think
The opposite.
the opposite.
Yeah, me too.
Which was your stocking was from Santa, and your stocking was candy, which is fun. Maybe like a tiny little Lego set, which is fun, and then like socks and underwear and deodorant and toothbrush and maybe some scratch tickets, which were also fun. And so they kind of like put the like necessity gifts in there, padded with some fun things to be like, Santa cares about your clean ass. Like, and then
I've seen your underwear, Kate. You need to change them. Oh, Santa. Santa, what the fuck are you doing?
He knows when you're sleeping and he knows when you don't wipe all the way. And and so, but then the big gifts, like the really fun gifts that they like, you know, were like, we were going to be so grateful for, it was like from mom and dad.
Yeah.
So they could get their proper thank yous.
Also, then they could take it away.
Yeah.
Because they gave it to you.
Oh, yeah.
You can't be like, Santa gave me the PS2. They gave us the PS2 or like the
course.
bicycles, but everything else, clothes. We were in the same boat.
Yeah.
And my parents wanted Santa to give. My parents still this year gave me a Santa gift.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're still about that.
I've been home for Christmas a couple years, but they do put the stockings up still, which is
Oh yeah,
really
I
sweet.
missed Christmas this year.
Yeah.
I forgot that.
Same.
I was the Santa this year.
You went
were?
to Christmas?
Not like Christmas Day.
Oh yeah.
It was a whole situation. But
That was a whole situation.
we opened gifts, I think, later.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, the week after.
I
Because
thought
of COVID.
I thought I had COVID.
Yeah,
I
we
was
What do you
sick with
mean? You
something.
know there's tests.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Kate?
We didn't have any. We didn't have any access to the PCR, and I thought the rapid was lying to me because I was so sick.
It said no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, you're negative, and I was like, am I though?
Did you have COVID?
No.
How do you feel about that? You
Never?
feel better than ever? You have true love and you never had COVID. How fucking dare you walk into my house and spew this bullshit? How dare you? I go, do you need water? You go, not from you. That's what you did when you walked in the
No,
house.
you know what it was? Is that I was chugging seltzer in the car, and I was worried that if I had more liquid, I would have to go to the bathroom.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I only have a men's room. When I was a kid, I wanted a urinal so bad.
In your house?
Yeah, I go, when I grow up, I'm going to get a urinal in my, because I love
You should. You should.
No, I don't have that type of money.
But someday you will.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But a urinal, I don't even, as a kid, it just felt fun to stand.
Yeah, I hear that. With my friend from the neighborhood, her dad had this big like kind of shed garage, and he built himself a little urinal out there in the garage. And when we got older, we would like party there. And I didn't start drinking until later in life, so I was at these parties where everyone would be shit faced, and I would figure out some sort of other vice to partake in. Like, I would literally show up with a tub of frosting and eat it with a spoon and just be like, I'm going to get so sugar high, man. I was like a very particular, unique type of weirdo.
You be eating frosting at a party?
Yeah.
Would people be asking for licks?
You know what? I think they were. I think they'd
course
get
they
a
were.
little
Yeah,
tipsy
definitely.
and they'd want some licks of my little frosting.
Of course.
But I remember needing to go to the bathroom, and everyone was just like, use the urinal, and I was like, well, you guys are all drunk is the thing, and I'm not. So the prospect of using an open air urinal is really something.
Yeah. Wow, Jesus. No, I was wild. When I was in college, I used to lie on my back and just piss in the air.
In bed?
No, on the concrete. It also happened because
concrete.
one time we went to the city and I was pissing outside in the city and I fell down. I was so drunk. I fell down as I'm pissing and I'm just pissing on myself in the air. And you should have heard the laughs. You should have heard.
And you were like, I gotta.
And I was like,
I gotta
keep it
repeat
rolling.
this.
I got a new trick. That was when Gallagher first accidentally was like, "I'll cut the watermelon up," and he smashed it by accident. Everyone giggled. He goes, "I'll smash more watermelons." Me? I go, "I'll piss on myself while lying on my back more." I thought it was a great trick, but that's a night-ending trick.
Yeah.
You could go to the deli covered in piss, but you can't hook up with nobody covered in piss. They were already making a couple of.
That's definitely, yeah.
Yeah, they were already making some like agreements with themselves to hook up. You know, they didn't know. Oh yeah, he's kind of weird. He's fat. He's blah blah. Adding piss to
covered
the
in piss.
covered in piss. You need to.
That's a deal breaker.
I feel like we touched on everything. Oh wait, before wait. Tell me
yes.
about
I
your
have some
proposal.
questions. All right.
Oh, sure. Yes. So let's see. My mom has an emerald engagement ring. So I was thinking, I'll go emerald. And then my partner, her family being from Colombia, emeralds is like one of Colombia's natural resources.
Oh.
And her grandmother, when she was younger, got my partner this beautiful pair of emerald earrings that she wears like every day. Oh. And so she was also thinking emerald. So I was like, fantastic, we're set on emerald. But then she was like, I'm gonna pick it out though.
Wow.
And I was like, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So we picked it out together, and then so we had the ring, and then we went to Acadia in Maine for a couple weeks hiking, and it was so fun. We took our little dog. He's not little. I don't know. It's affectionate. An affectionate Lil.
Okay. Yeah, that's people call me Lil. I got it.
Lil Sebastian. Wait, that's the name of the
That's
horse in Parks and Rec.
yeah, I
That's
believe
Parks
so.
and Rec. People just call me a horse.
Tiny pony.
A tiny pony. Excuse me.
Tiny pony.
Not a horse. I'm a horse. Sure. And
Did
then,
you like
So we went.
have a place, or you like camped like with a tent and like were really hiking?
we were thinking about doing that, but you still have to kind of like. Well, my understanding is you still have to pay for the campground. So
Yeah.
like, if we're already gonna be spending,
paying
let's
money.
just get a place.
100%.
Sure. Yeah. Someplace to shower and
So
sit
yeah,
on the couch.
so exactly,
Yeah.
and cook and stuff,
cook.
which was nice. So we we got an Airbnb. We like explored the park. There was like so many beautiful sights and things to see. We saw birds. We saw on this beach. We saw a ton of vultures eating a dead baby seal, and then
Romance.
we hadn't. Yeah, and then I
Circle
got
of
down on
life.
one knee, and
And the violin players came out. Surrounded the vultures.
the seal took one last look at the beautiful world before it passed. We hadn't seen a bald eagle yet, and my partner was like, "Oh, there's a bald eagle there with the vultures on the ground." And I was like, "Nah, it's just another vulture. What are you talking about?" And then it was a full-on bald eagle, and it
Wow.
like broke the seal, and then we just started seeing bald eagles everywhere, and I was like, "That's awesome.
That is awesome. I've seen a couple. They're amazing.
They're so cool.
Yeah.
They're so beautiful." But so we saw bald eagles. We saw like other smaller birds. We were having just a beautiful time. We saw beautiful sights, and so then we saw some deer. We not that that's that interesting, but we saw deer like moving between the mainland and the little island.
Swimming.
It was kind of low tide, but yeah, they were like kind of in the water, but they weren't like full blown swimming. But
Of
I was
course.
like, oh right, that's how deers always get to islands.
Yeah, deer swim. That's how they got to Staten Island.
Right,
We have a deer
right.
problem. It's all because
Yeah.
they swim from New Jersey because it sucks so fucking much.
Hilarious.
Even the deers are like, we got to move out of New Jersey and go to Staten Island.
Do they let you hunt the deers?
No.
They have a lot of them have stickers on, like they have
tags.
trackers.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah,
That's
no.
what they did in I feel like in New England. There was too many deers, and they were like, okay, you can hunt deers again.
Oh no! Well, Staten
wow.
Island is very not.
Small.
It's just
Or-
it's like a suburbs or like
Yeah.
like
right.
some parts look like Brooklyn, some parts look like the suburbs. There's no
There's open place where you can shoot
Yeah.
a gun without it going
no.
wrong.
It's not a big gun town. Everything else it's big on. That you would think it would be a gun town, but it's
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
So
We saw the deer going to the
Uh-huh.
island, and we actually went out to the little island at low tide, and that's where I did it. We were kind of alone, which was nice. I had a chilled bottle of champagne in my hiking backpack with two little glasses, kind of like that.
Yeah,
Amazing.
And the ring, of course, I remembered. And our dog was with us because I knew that she wanted the dog to be there, even though I thought he was going to fuck it up. But I also had... I also had the dog food in my backpack. So I had the whole thing planned. So, of course, she knows it's coming at some point during this trip, but she doesn't know when.
Sure.
So we went out to the little island. The deer were waiting in the water. We find a little place by ourselves. And then I said my little things and asked her to marry me, and she said yes. And then I pulled out the champagne, and she was so surprised. And I fed the dog so he wasn't bothering us.
Yeah.
And all this kind of stuff. And then I took out this was the vain part of me. I took out like a little mini tripod and was like, all right, let's take some pictures.
I love that.
And the sun was setting, and it was so fun. I didn't, like people sometimes. For me personally, I didn't want to like hire a third person to be like hiding in the woods taking pictures.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
I wanted to be like actually alone, so that was our little way of getting a photo of memorable moment.
That's so
fun.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Thanks.
Also, you're getting professional photos taken of yourself in other venues.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, I judge that when other people do that, but then I'm like, yeah, I do shows, I have things. I've had a professional photographer
Like every Thursday,
shoot
I
my
run
face.
into a world class.
Yeah. So I like want to be like, oh, you shouldn't do this because it's not romantic, and but it's like the one event where they're like, they want. I do think people should just hire professional photographers to like take pictures of themselves.
Yeah.
More often, I think they would feel.
I feel like
I
that
don't
kind
know.
of Sears family photo has fallen out of favor.
Yeah.
It has.
Yeah.
It has, and those are torture, girl.
Oh, that was torture.
Oh, I'm happy.
Oh,
I'm happy for all the fucking kids.
I could feel the pain on my head of my mom just
Jesus
like
Christ.
There's
pushing my hair.
one of me as a baby and then one of me at like 3 years old, and then I think after that my parents were like, we're doing a self timer, like we can't do it anymore.
Oh my parents wouldn't be in the photo. The funniest thing was, so my grandma died, right? And so it's
You said it. We were all
funniest thing.
That's inappropriate.
I had the smile on in anticipation of the story, and then you said my grandma died, so I just nodded out of respect because I couldn't make my smile go away fast enough. So instead, it just like I had a knowing smile.
Yes, of course. And so she died, and we still have to do my mom's like, we need to do a Christmas photo. We can't stop because Mumu died. I go, of course. So what my mom does is she dresses us all in white, me and my sisters.
No way.
And we take a non-smiling Christmas photo that we put out. But here's the thing. I don't have a white sweater. So I'm wearing my mother's white sweater in a Christmas photo with my other sisters looking off into the distance sad because Mumu died.
Incredible. Do you have this photo
Yes,
somewhere?
and we're all on a Shea lounge. My two sisters on the Shea lounge and me leaning on the handle of the Shea, sad that my Mumu died in a woman's sweater.
That's a great photo.
And then 9/11 happened quickly.
It was Christmas 2001.
This was before 9/11, and then that happened, and then 9/11 happened, and you should have seen the Christmas photo after that.
Wait. It was 2001, so that one didn't go out then?
What's up?
The white one didn't go out?
No, the white one went out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. So yeah.
2 solemn Christmases in a row.
Wow.
Amazing. Robbie, you said you had a question?
Yeah, but do we have time? I wanted to talk about your were you a super competitive person when you did soccer?
Yes.
You were.
Do
you have to be? Do you think you have to be?
Yeah, I think soccer like is a contact sport. And requires aggression bodily.
Yes.
I
I played soccer up until like varsity.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah. I wasn't the most competitive.
He doesn't know.
Like, did you know you wanted to do comedy when you were playing soccer?
At the end, yeah.
You did.
Yeah, like when in college is when I started doing improv, and I just feel like my brain kind of made up its mind without me. It was just like, you're gonna be a comedian. Yes, okay. But at the same time, I had this opportunity to like achieve what I had dreamed about my whole childhood.
Yeah.
Which was like playing soccer at the highest level, and so it was kind of like I was. There was a Venn diagram at which I was both playing soccer at that level and also being like, well, I gotta learn game and punchlines.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Did you take like that competitive spirit to comedy?
I think not against other people, but like with myself. Like the desire to get like a personal best.
Okay.
I feel like is still with me.
I was like funny in soccer because I was bad. And I saw I could make people laugh. Like I scored an own goal once.
So now
they would be like,
bit.
they would just
Classic
come up
bit.
with things that, like, I mean, but also I had a good sport. Like you can't make fun of everybody for being bad.
Yeah.
Like I was good enough that you could make fun of me for being bad, and that I could have a sense of humor about it, and I knew how to like make people laugh through being bad. Or what I would wear.
That's what he does on stage
Robbie doesn't
now.
sweat. Like they would just make fun of like, and I was just pretty. Like the photos of me playing soccer are funny. Objectively funny photos.
I think
you were very good. Like very, 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 very good.
I was, and I think that like with my town team or my high school team, I think I was definitely probably
the best
player on the field.
Definitely.
But
you
then
played
with
for a
my
national team.
my club team, it was like not not close.
Yeah.
Like a lot of my teammates went Division 1 for college. I went Division 3. Like I didn't have the height or the strength or the speed. I had like the skills and the tactical awareness, but it like wasn't enough to really be on the same level with all my teammates. So it made me better to play with them, you know, because they were so much bigger, faster, and stronger, and also really skilled. And I think that in that environment where it was people who didn't know me from school, so I wasn't like pigeonholed into a friend group or a social class or whatever.
Sure.
People who didn't know me, people who like challenged me soccer wise, and people who had like really big personalities, and maybe I was kind of quiet around them. At least I like started to be funny and started to kind of realize that I was funny around them.
Yeah.
So I kind of
you gotta be fair when you're on the when you're on the worst side of the team. You gotta provide your worth to the team.
You gotta bring something.
Because it's a team sport.
Yeah, you gotta bring something.
Yeah, like the bus ride. Yeah, you gotta find a way to contribute.
Yeah.
I miss soccer. I miss like the collaborative effort. I didn't really play a ton at the end, but I miss like the team.
Yeah.
It is fun.
I played soccer as a child.
Yeah. Do you love it?
I faked getting stung by a bee.
on the field?
I was the goalie because I was fat and couldn't move fast. You know you're fat. Hey, all those 10-year-olds, if you're playing goalie right now, you're overweight.
Yeah.
It sucks.
100% true. It's the
Defense.
adults doing it.
Yes.
It's not the kids self-selecting.
Nope. The adults are like, we'll put the fat ones, but on defense.
Should be
I was
a
playing,
punishable offense.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I just want to kick the ball. I just want to run with everybody. No, Sebastian, you get fatter in the back. So I would be goalie. I would be sitting there, right? Not sitting. I would sit sometimes. I'd be sitting there,
sitting in the goal.
But I would stand
Pick
when
some clovers.
Yeah, 100%. And then I remember I got like a bunch of goals scored on me.
Of course.
Bound to happen.
And I faked getting stung by a bee. Like, just really, Everyone goes, what's the matter? And my dad comes over. Someone goes, hey, go check your son. My dad comes over and he goes, what's the matter? And I go, I got stung by a bee. And he goes, we all know you didn't get stung by a bee.
We all know. He might have known, but that's disrespectful to your acting ability to everybody else.
Not only was I a bad soccer player, but I wasn't believable with oh no, 'tis a bee stung me. Fucking couldn't even get stung by a bee. I couldn't even sell a bee sting. He goes, just stay in the net. I know it's bad. I go, no, I got stung. He goes, Sebastian, shut the fuck up. First time my dad told me to shut the fuck up was when I was faking a bee sting when I was playing soccer. So yeah, I get what you mean about having to be funny.
Yeah.
I was pathetic. No, but that's awesome. This was so fun.
This was so fun.
I had a
Thank you so
blast.
much for
Yeah,
having me.
thanks for coming
I
on.
think you're
Really
so
enjoy.
funny.
Thank you. You too. You
Yeah.
guys crack me up.
May 26th.
May 26th, Union Hall. Go check out the show. What?
Luke ass spectacular.
Luke, beautiful. He's got. See, he should do that from now on, huh?
Maybe.
Yeah.
You want?
No.
I can intro the guest if you want.
It gives me. It's charming.
It's
charming to
That's
have.
charm.
If I'm not gonna be professional, I'll be charming.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything else that you want to plug besides, please go out to the show, support comedy, go see shows.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
fun.
that. Anything else you want to plug?
No, if you can follow me at the Kate Sisk on Instagram and Twitter. That's it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Mr. Robbie?
Oh, yeah, Loud About Nothing. On all platforms. Follow us on TikTok.
Jesus Christ.
I thought you were going to end the
close.
episode.
Robbie, we're so close. Just fucking come on,
Loud
bro.
About Nothing. Follow on everything. Follow on TikTok. People are help us on TikTok.
Help us on TikTok.
Yeah,
People
we're on
come for
YouTube.
me every
we're
moment of the
starting
day
to
on
put,
TikTok.
More
Kill
shorter
me.
stuff on YouTube. So subscribe to the YouTube, please.
Yes, and as always, take down Michael Cumstain, who's coming for me on
Yeah.
TikTok, that fucking loser.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, all you hotties, please, please, please. Thank you for listening. Please share with people. All right, Robbie, hit the fucking music.